guys, we reached 100 subscribers. I needed to do that. I really needed to do that. I have never been happier in my life. Thank you so very much for choosing me, for coming back, and for staying with me even through the ups and the downs of being human. Thank you so much. Hi everyone, my name is Vuvu and this is Vuvu Vena Reads. Welcome to my channel, to my YouTube channel. Okay, fine, now that we've gotten those energies out of the way, today I am bringing you my June wrap up. June was such a good month for me. After all that stress of a reading slump, June was on some girl, please. Anything you need, we got you. We got ya. So this month I managed to read all of 5 books. So in no particular order, or rather let me just do this. Let me just separate them because I want to show you the South African writers lost. So I did grab my second book in the Harry Potter sequel. This is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Really, I say very little about Harry Potter because who doesn't know what's there to know about Harry Potter? I mean, if you haven't heard about Harry Potter, then you've obviously been living under a rock. So I reserve my reviews on Harry Potter for my IGTV channel on Instagram. So if you don't already follow me, please do find my Instagram handle and link down below and do the right thing. Just, yeah, I think that would be best for you to just do the right thing. So I did pick this up. This was obviously a good read. J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series is really unmatched. I really don't know anything like this. I want to say it's magical because it is, but it's a little bit weird to call a fantasy or YA fantasy at that magical, especially when it deals with magic. I really don't know what to say, but I give it a 5 stars out of 5 stars because I mean, and this was a reread for me. If you guys recall, I'm trying to go through all the books that I haven't read from the Harry Potter series, but in order for me to do that, I've decided to reread the entire series. So this was a reread and it's still a 5 out of 5, remains a 5 out of 5. So that's book 1. And oh guys, my heart has never been happy, so happy as to have received this bad boy in the mail from Pen Macmillan SA. I swear those guys know me very well. They like know me probably better than I know myself. Like they just know the right books for me. They sent this through to me. This is Slay by Brittany Morris. It's a debut novel by an American author and it's a YA. It's called Slay and it comes out in October. So this is an arc. Oh guys, the story. Whew. So this follows a young Kiara who is a gamer and she's game developer and a gamer, and she's created a game that she can identify with, and the game has gone viral and a lot of things happen from it picking up so much steam around the Black community. I am gonna do a full-on review on this, so I will not say anything more except to say that this is a beautiful story of identity. It is really very well told and I can't believe it's Brittany's first book. You know, I fell in love with Brittany just exactly the way I fell in love with Angie Thomas last year when I read The Hate You Give. This is such a beautiful story told in such a beautiful way. I really love this and I'm praying, because of how it ended, that there will be a sequel. But for now, Slay got 5 stars out of 5 stars for a debut. It was really something worth raving about. Absolutely loved it. Okay, I loved it. I really did. The second what What number are you? The third book. We're on book number 3. The third book that I picked up was an ebook. The ebook was... I'm trying to do the right thing. Show it to you. So I picked up The Secret by Rhonda. Is it Byrne? I want to say it's Byrne. I'm probably the only person who does not know how to pronounce this woman's name. But I picked up The Secret and I finished it actually on the last day of June. And this book has really been amazing, man. I really don't even know where to start. I'll definitely do a review up on my blog, www.vuvu.reads. But I have picked up so many principles from this book, things that you know when you know something subconsciously and then somebody just speaks it out of you as well, and you start having those aha moments. I'm trying to get the right words. Having those aha moments, and then when you grasp it and you truly understand it, then you want to go around applying it everywhere that you can. So the law of attraction has always been one of those things for me that I've always understood and have known exists, as well as the understanding of energies and how energy has the power to create, etc., etc. It's always been there in my mind, but I think that reading this book has really called it out, and I have been taking those small principles and putting them into practice here and there, and they have actually changed a lot of my perspective and a lot of spheres of my life in the long time that I've read it, because I started it in April, and because of the slump and everything else in between, it took me this long to finish it. But I really did enjoy reading this book, and I gave it a 4 out of 5. And the only thing that really became tedious for me is just the structure of the book. So I didn't like the fact that it was interjected with so many voices. I know that it's a non-fiction. I know that it's not meant to flow as a fiction, but for me, flow is very important. So I think it's also added to why it took me so long to finish it. But I've got the rest of the series from the Secret series. So I've got the power, the hero, and the magic, I think. So I will be delving into those. I'm pretty sure they'll be of the same structure, but now that I know what to expect, it will be a little bit easier to read, if that makes any sense. So that was my third book of the month, and it got a 4 out of 5. So it was a good reading month, actually. It really was. My 2 South African books of the month were these 2. So let me start with Unraveled by Christine Bernard. I received this in the mail last year, and it's really been a long read, right? So Unraveled follows Rose Madison, who is an creative writing, is a creative writing student in some university that I'm not even sure what the university is called, but she's so talented, and she's got somebody who's trying to... She's talented, she's beautiful, she's popular, she's everything that a girl in varsity gets recognized for. And she's clever, and she's got a famous mother, and she's got a great group of friends. She's basically clocking life at this point, and someone steps in to just mess that life up for her, because they believe that pretty girls get it all. And so this is the story that we read here. However, I'm not really sure. I've never heard of FW Books, which is the publisher. So something said to me that maybe Christine might have self-published. I could be absolutely wrong. I could be wrong. But I'm saying that because of also how the layout of the book is. Like, there are lots of like plain blank pages like this that have gone wasted. The story at the end, like, there's a lot of these pages that have gone wasted. A lot of them. And the story is there. Don't get me wrong, there is a story there, but it takes forever to get to the point. By the time she gets to the point, we've figured it out, but we've spent like 200 pages trying to assist and beg the author to get to the point. And for me, it really took the joy out of the book. Otherwise, the book, the packaging is gorgeous. I love the artistic nature of this image on the front. It is quite intriguing. I think it was her husband who designed the cover for her. I love the chapter headings. I love the font that she used for the chapter headings. I've got no complaints there. I love the paperback nature that is so flexible and easy to read without breaking the spine. As you can see, my spine wasn't broken. And there's a lot of good things about it, but there was a lot that took away from me from the enjoyment of the actual story. And for me, story trumps presentation, right? And the story really, while there is a story, it really took a lot to get to it. So with that said, I'll give a proper review up on my blog, www.vuvuvenaries.com, but I gave this a 2 stars out of 5 stars. And then my last book is this one called Give Us a Break, Diaries of a Group of Soweto Children by Mbuyiseni Oswald Mchali. This book was published in the 80s, I think. Let me just make sure that I get it right for you guys. It was published, 1988. It was published in 1988 by Scotterville Publishers. I've never heard of them. They probably don't exist anymore. It was by a black author. Obviously, Mbuyiseni should tell you that he's black. The history here says Mbuyiseni Oswald Mchali was born in 1940 at Vryheid, Natal, where he matriculated and went to Johannesburg to try and study at the University of the Witwatersrand. He was barred by the Separate Universities Act of 1959. Then he started writing poetry, which led to the publication of an anthology, Sounds of a Cowhide Drum. In 1976, he was invited to the International Writers Program in USA. He stayed in the US and completed a master's degree at Columbia University's Teachers College. He returned to South Africa in 1980 and joined Pace Commercial College as deputy headmaster. He's a doctoral candidate. I guess in 1988 he was. He is a doctoral candidate at Rhodes University. He worked briefly for the South African Council of Churches and is currently doing research in the USA. He is married with 4 children. Obviously, the context given here is of 1988. So with those he is that are said in the present tense, I said in the context of 1988. I'd never heard of him, like I said, but from the intro I gather that this was a collection of diary entries from some of the students at Pace Commercial College, which are teenagers. So you get stories or diary entries from 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds. I think that's the highest you go, and the youngest was 12-year-olds, and the oldest was 14-year-olds. And all in all, there are 14 diary entries taken from days in August and September. And these kids, obviously, as it's already been stated in the cover, lived in Soweto in 1982. Yeah, the diary entries are from 1982. And this book really broke my heart, man. It really broke my heart to see that there was basically these kids were just forced to grow up so fast, and they were exposed to so many things without any filters. By so many things, I mean literally everything from drugs to sex to violence to things that you would hope when you have kids only become a reality in your children's lives at the age of adulthood. Okay, so one boy, for example, and I don't think that boy was old, obviously not older than 14, but something tells me he might have been a 13-year-old, but I could be wrong, on one day slept with 2 girls. another boy hits his girlfriend, because this was the norm around them. They tell stories of what they encounter every single day going to school and coming from school, and then their actions slowly, without being checked, start to depict the society around them. It is a really sad collection of stories, but I love how it has been kept in the kids' voices, spelling errors and all. It's been kept in the voice of a young child, and I think for me that's what cut deep. That these are obviously children, but the things that they're dealing with, or they had to deal with, were beyond. Some of them I don't even think I've encountered myself yet, and it is so very sad. It really is. And you do gather from this that indeed the black child today, yesterday, and even in the future really deserves to be given a break. I loved this. I gave it a 3 stars out of 5. I think I gave it a 3 stars out of 5. If not, you will see it up on my blog and I will give you the correct star rating, but I think I gave it a 3 stars out of 5. So this is all I got through in the month of June, which for me was a very good reading month. I'm very happy. I'm back in the game. We're going to get it. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. So I'm really thrilled with that. I don't know what that was, guys. Like, the energy levels are just, you know, I've got nothing to, it's just happened. And without any more nonsense from my part, thank you so very much for tuning in. Thank you once again. Thank you. I can't thank you enough, guys. We reached 100 subscribers. I needed to do that. I really needed to do that. I have never been happier in my life. Thank you so very much for choosing me, for coming back, and for staying with me even through the ups and the downs of being human. Thank you so much. And without any more rambling, I love you very, very much for choosing me. And until next time, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.